Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. We're going to be doing it with my I am cards. And yeah, we're going to be having some fun today. I was thinking this morning about, like, man, my light is going schizophrenic today. But I was thinking this morning about the question that a lot of us are asked as children, which is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm kind of curious as to, did we become what we wanted to be when we grew up? I'll tell you, when I was a kid, that I wanted to be an architect when I grew up. That's what I told everybody that I would be. I'd be an architect. And I never did become an architect, but I noticed that as I learned more about what architects actually do and came to an understanding of what, the way that architects blend art and science in order to create practical solutions, that is something that I've done a lot in my life in a lot of different ways. So good morning to everybody. Good morning, Lauren and Frank. Good morning, Dan. Hey, you're sneaking home. Perhaps I'll see you on Friday at the coffee bar, Dan. That'd be good to see you as you get back over here. Good morning. Good morning, Shauna. Shauna never thought she'd grow up. Well, it sneaks up on all of us, doesn't it? Although I swear I'm still about 14 years old on the inside. There's a 40-year-old body on the outside, but I'm still about 14 in my head, I swear. Lauren said she wanted to be a police officer because she liked the uniform. I love it. Let's see here. Grant wanted to be a musician when he grew up, and then he did it. He became a musician. Good job, Grant, for doing the exact thing. Doing the exact thing that you said you wanted to do, and then doing it. Let's see. Frank wants to be a beach bum. Guidance counselor said it might not pay very well. Well, I've lived in quite a few beach towns, and I've met my fair share of beach bums, and it just depends on. It really just depends on how you beach bum. I've met some wealthy beach bums, and I've met some not so wealthy beach bums. I guess it really just depends on how much you like to live in a van down by the river. Anyways, we're going to say some nice things about ourselves, and we're going to be doing it with my I am cards today. So thank you guys for telling me about what you wanted to be when you grew up, and if that actually happened. So like I said, I wanted to be an architect when I grew up, and I found that I have, in the course of my career, really blended a lot of different solutions and blended some artistry in the way that we, in the solutions that I apply. So as we go through our cards for today, we are speaking life into ourselves. And so let's do that right now by saying that today I am industrious. I am industrious. I dedicate my time and resources effectively. So I am industrious. I dedicate my time and resources effectively. Are you industrious? You are industrious. You dedicate your time and resources effectively. Frank is already on it. And now I am writing it down in the comments. I am industrious. And you are industrious too. We dedicate our time and resources effectively. And one of the reasons that I asked why we want what about what we wanted to be when we grew up is because all of us have time, all of us have resources, and when it comes down to it, we get this idea. When we're kids, we get asked this question: "What do you want to be?" And yet, when we start getting older, somehow in our brains that transitions to what do you want to do instead of what do we want to be. It's what do we want to do. And being is this state, this natural state of how we are, and doing requires effort. It requires dedication of time and resources. And so it's really important for us to understand that being and doing are different things. And so we're asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And in the end, we end up doing something because being begets doing. So we are industrious people. We dedicate our time and resources effectively. And yeah, hopefully efficiently, Grant. Absolutely. I love to be efficient in what I do. I love to accomplish things effectively and to do it in the minimum amount of time. I love to get paid on an outcome. My favorite way to get paid is on an outcome because I can accomplish an outcome very, very quickly. And if I know how to do it well and I can accomplish an outcome quickly and I can earn the money that and provide the value, then I am interested in doing that as effectively as possible. Lauren still likes to handcuff people, so it's like being a police officer. Yeah, absolutely, Lauren. I have some really really soft pairs of handcuffs that you might want to try. I brought them over to the police department, but they said that they were too soft to use in the criminal justice system. So, what you gonna do? Anyways, we are industrious people, and we dedicate our time and resources effectively. Now, I was talking to Brenda Jean last night, and she brought up a really valuable point. And she said that while the wake up call is all about saying nice things about ourselves, it's about having positive I am statements. But oftentimes when we're not feeling great, we will slip into negative statements. We'll say, we'll say I am, and then we'll follow it with something that we really some way that we're feeling in this present moment, but that isn't our preferred state of being. And so we were talking about it, and she said that when we have these negative feelings, it's okay to express them. We don't want to stuff them down. We don't want to ignore that they're there. If we're not feeling industrious, if we're not feeling like we're particularly on top of our game, it's silly to ignore that. It's delusional to ignore that. But what she said was express those thoughts, but express them as I feel. I feel this way. I feel that way. Because feeling is a transitory state. I feel a lot of ways during the course of the day, but I always know who I am. So when we are feeling that we are not living up to our own ideals for who we are, that's not a problem. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay. I'm not here to tell you that we shouldn't feel that way. I'm here to say that we don't have to feel that way forever, but we always should we should always speak about the permanence in our lives, the I am statements in our lives with a sense of permanence, and the ways that we do not prefer to feel, that we can speak about them in the sense of impermanence. So, for example, I tripped and fell the other day, and I was like, "Ow!" And my first thought was, "Well, I'm clumsy." Well, I'm not really clumsy. I feel clumsy. I feel clumsy because I tripped and fell over like a little piece of carpet. Yeah, absolutely. I feel clumsy, but that doesn't mean that I am. I'm not a clumsy person. I am. I am deft a lot more than I am clumsy. I handle things with. I handle things with great care a lot more often than I drop them, and so it's really important for us to understand that these I am statements, these positive I am statements, do not preclude us feeling occasionally that we're not that. but let's just make sure that we express it that way. Let's express that when we feel like we're not being very industrious, or we don't feel like we're being effective, we can say, I feel ineffective. I feel like I'm laboring for no reason, as opposed to I am. When we say that I am, let's make sure that we always follow those words with something that is the highest and idealized versions of ourselves. So I am industrious. I dedicate my time and resources effectively, and as I am settling into, and my new job, I am creating systems and processes to really to do it really efficiently and effectively. And as some of you guys know, I am in a sales role. So sales is a very dynamic kind of a job, but there are certain parts of it that are repetitive, and those parts it's important to have a system for. And so I dedicate my time and resources effectively so I can talk to the maximum number of people who have a high chance of actually becoming customers. So I am industrious. I dedicate my time and resources effectively, and so do you. And even if it feels like a fib there, Shauna, you still dedicate these things effectively because you are living the sort of life that you want to live. All right. So I will return tomorrow with another wake up call. I want to say thank you guys so very much for being here and exploring this one with me. And yeah, just a quick reiteration: we are the things that we believe that we are, and we feel the things that are temporary. So when there is a way that we desire to be, that we recognize that we are, then we use the words we are. And when we are having a temporary feeling about something, and that temporary feeling is not the way that we prefer to express in our regular lives, we feel. All right. So I will return tomorrow with another wake up call, and we will go over yet another empowering and positive affirmation. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys over here this weekend. If you're associated with Paradise, it's going to be a big weekend. So I'm excited for everybody to come on by, and y'all will see me. I'll be in a volunteer shirt, so y'all will see me out and about and around, helping out facilitate one of the biggest parties of the year. Anyways, I will return at 9 a.m. Until then, I love you and appreciate you. And tomorrow we will come back, and it will be Friday, and it will be awesome. So just want to say thank you guys so much for coming by, for sharing the stream, for just generally being wonderful people in my life. Each and every one of you is a friend of mine. I'll talk to you later. Aloha from Paradise.